So how did this little coin change my D&D combats for the better? Let me explain. A couple months ago, I went on an RPG retreat where I played some fantastic role-playing game sessions that I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life, and what two of those fantastic sessions, with different game masters, had in common was that both GMs used a version of hero points. Hero points, hero coins, hero tokens, call them whatever you want, but the way that it worked was when a player, any player, did something that the GM thought was awesome, exciting, cinematic, epic, or altruistic for another player or for the party, that player earned one of these coins. Oh cool, I have a little coin now. What does it do? Glad you asked. In short, you can cash them in to make another awesome maneuver, and this can make your game sessions, both in and out of combat, a lot more fun. So in this video, I'm going to share a bunch of different ways you can use this simple homebrew idea to elevate your games. Because I'm Bob, this is where we learn how to have more fun playing RPGs together, and this, right here, is where the homebrew wheel keeps turning, because I don't recall exactly how those two GMs used these coins, and ultimately, I want you to come away from this video not using my ideas verbatim, but excited to try your own version of this fun mechanic. But in essence, a player can cash in a coin to boost a roll. This could be getting a numerical bonus, getting a bonus die to add to the roll, using a bigger die to make the roll, getting a straight up reroll, getting advantage on the roll, or even automatically succeeding or critting on a roll, depending on your preference. And this roll could be anything from a death saving throw to an acrobatics check you wanted to make so you could try to backflip off a boulder and make some cool attack. Actually, that's something you'd probably earn a coin for in my game. Perhaps most importantly though, in both of the games where I saw a version of hero points being used, and now in my own games as well, you are able to not only spend one of your coins on yourself, but also on one of your fellow players. And since that could really help a fellow player in need, that sacrifice might earn a new coin under the right circumstances. Now you might be thinking, Bob, this sounds a lot like inspiration in Dungeons and Dragons? And you might be right. Frankly, I have little memory of how 5e inspiration works, rules as written. Do me a favor and comment below if you know how it works, and better yet, comment below telling us how you homebrewed inspiration to actually work at your table, because it never had any staying power at mine, and I feel like it just wasn't that effective, and then even when we used it, we'd forget about it. So with this method, thankfully, having a literal token in front of you to remember you have this bonus available is a big help. And with this general concept now in your head, I'm going to lay out the structure of how my group has been successfully using hero coins for several sessions of play to both reward and create these epic and cooperative moments at our table in a way that doesn't break the game. For some context, my party is level 3 in D&D 5e. They've been playing level 3 for a while. They're probably going to be level 3 for a little while because in my opinion, level 3 5e characters already have a lot of things cluttering up their sheet. And literally after my last session, my paladin player said he noticed he was getting kind of caught up in the mechanical character options rather than just being caught up in the moment. But when he took a moment to realize that, he created a really awesome moment that led to using and earning a hero coin. And you know what? It's a short but wonderful story, so you can skip ahead if you want, but I'm going to share it. We're playing Tomb of Annihilation because I'm trying to tap into the early, uncorrupted years of D&D 5e, and there we were. It's nighttime in the jungles of Chult, and I roll a random encounter. The players don't know what it is yet. All they see are some eyes kind of circling their campfire in the night. Turns out, it's a small horde of velociraptors. Yeah, I rolled 17 of these puppies, and I shouldn't say puppies because apparently they are like actually dog-sized, but let's go with turkeys because that feels a little more forgivable for what the paladin ended up doing. In order to fend off a bunch of these raptors that were just darting out of the woods every given direction, he grabbed onto the tail of one that had bitten him, ripped it off, not the tail, just ripped the velociraptor off of his leg or whatever, and used it like a baseball bat to swing around him. And not only that, but he charged it up with his divine smite, so he basically created and used a dinosaur lightsaber to attack another dinosaur, and obviously he earned a coin for that. If that sounds cool to you, remember to give this video a thumbs up so more people will see it. But while that might seem a little goofy, for me, These hero coins inspire the players to create these moments of pulp adventure in my otherwise low-tier, more grounded game world. Alright, here's how I have been using hero coins for a while. Step 1, give every player 1 free coin at the beginning of the session. This immediately sets us up for some epic moments where they're going to try extra cool things because they know they have this coin if they need it. Also, this ensures that I, as the GM, won't forget to give out any coins during the session. 2, any player can earn another coin by doing something epic and/or helping another player in an awesome way. I have not yet set a cap on the number of coins that an individual player can receive, and so far, I think a single player has only ever stored up like 3 coins. You'll see that my method is pretty self-sustaining, and at the end, I'll explain how I get my players to not just store up these coins indefinitely like players often do with consumable bonuses, and of course, it doesn't have to be physical coins. You can just use whatever you want. 3, any player can cash in one of their coins, giving it back to me, to buy a re-roll, and they must use the new roll. So this is specifically a 1d20 reroll on an attack, ability check, or saving throw, and they can use it on one of their own rolls or give it to another player. My players do that fairly often when one of them is trying to do something really cool and doesn't have their own coin to spend, and I love to see that kind of cooperation. 4, an option that my players haven't taken yet even after using these coins for a bunch of sessions. The players can pool together 5 of their coins and cash it in for a big coin. It's a big coin, not a Bitcoin. Big coin, and rather than a reroll, a big coin can buy an automatic success on that d20 roll. So it still has to be something that I would grant a roll for. We can't have that I jump over the moon kind of moment. It's only if they have the option to roll for an attack, check, or save, and then they just automatically succeed on it. I think this is fine because if you roll 5 times, basically quintuple advantage on a roll, you're gonna succeed anyway. Now, because my players haven't used this option yet, I'm going to bump it up to an automatic critical success. And you know what? If it turns out to be too generous, I'll dial it back. This is homebrew. There's no single perfect way to implement this sort of thing. I already explained how some great GMs did it differently before me. Now I'm trying it my way, and I want you to do it your way too. On to number 5, my players haven't actually taken this option yet either, but they could also cash in multiple coins to make me, the game master, re-roll an attack, check, or saving throw and use the new roll. I originally told them that it would cost 5 coins to do that, but since they haven't tried it yet, I'm going to try lowering it to 3 coins and see if they give it a shot. However, there is a divination wizard in my game who can already force me or other characters to change their rolls, so I can't take this homebrew mechanic all the way to 11, but we're probably at like a solid 8, and it's been pretty freaking fun. Now, maybe the most important guideline for using hero coins, number 6, they must be used by the end of the session. They do not roll over or carry over, because at that point, players would just see them as every other consumable item, and they just stash them up forever and never actually use them, or potentially cash them all in for automatic criticals or making me re-roll a million times. That would be pretty annoying, but this way, it's perfect, because it means when your party winds up in an otherwise boring slog of a random encounter, fighting 17 velociraptors after a full day of adventuring at the very end of your D&D session, instead, it becomes an awesome climactic battle because every player wants to cash in all their hero points and perform amazing stunts like paladin smiting dinosaur lightsaber baseball. So let me know in the comments if or how you would try to implement hero coins in your game, and while you're doing that, I want to tell you about another fun homebrew idea I've been working on. Longtime viewers will remember that over 2 years ago, I created this fun little lockpicking minigame to make lockpicking in D&D at least as engaging as it is in Elder Scrolls games, where you're carefully tapping tumblers into place one at a time. You might slip and have to start over. It's just a more fun experience for me, and I wanted to emulate that for tabletop games. Now 2 years later, I have made some mechanical adjustments based on lots of great feedback from this community, so let me know if you'd like to see a whole video on this as well. but I've also completely redesigned the PDF to make it look as amazing as it plays, and for a limited time, this new PDF is available for download with a fun heist-themed one-shot adventure on my Patreon. So while you still can, I definitely recommend getting this lockpicking heist adventure bundle by joining Patreon using the link below or on your screen, because joining Patreon is also the best way to directly support what I do. Or just check out this video on your screen with even more combat homebrew ideas. But thank you for your support, and keep building.